Something unbelievable happened today in question period. This is absolutely incredible. I don't think this has ever really been done before. There was a hostage in Parliament, so to speak. A Liberal MP doesn't like to have his own voice, and he is being held against his will in witness protection program, like Pierre likes to say, as you're going to see in this video, where other people are speaking on his behalf. So for those who don't know, I'm sure everyone knows at this point, but there's a carbon tax that's come into effect April 1st, and that is not a joke. It's a second carbon tax. It's increasing the current carbon tax by, I think, 23%, the going rate. And that's going across all of Canada for all of our home heating, for all of our food, all of our gas. It's absolutely atrocious. You think cost of living is very expensive now? Well, it's going up even more. And there are a lot of premiers and MPs that have spoken out about this. Most of them are actually conservative, except one of them is Liberal. The Liberal out on the east coast of Canada, the Liberal MP has spoken out against the carbon tax in his riding, saying we shouldn't have this. It's not good. Cost of living is too expensive. Well, that Liberal MP is in the House of Commons during question period, and Pierre looks him directly in the eyes and says, "Hey, buddy, answer this question. Why are you supporting the carbon tax, standing behind your entire Liberal cabinet, when you have come out personally and said that you don't support it?" So we're going to take a look at this video clip. It's absolutely insane. Pierre literally says that he is in witness protection program because Trudeau has got his tongue tied. Welcome back to the video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage everyone to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. And once you subscribe, there's a little bell icon that shows up. I highly encourage you to turn that bell icon on so that you can actually be notified of upcoming videos, but more importantly, the live streams, which the community absolutely loves when question period is in. And without further ado, here is the clip.
Fool's Day carbon tax hike of 23% will hit Nova Scotians especially hard. The Prime Minister's tax will cost $1,500 for the average Nova Scotia family, far more than they get back in rebates. That's why Nova Scotia's Assembly passed a unanimous motion with all three parties supporting it, calling for federal MPs from that province to vote with Conservatives to spike the hike. One of those MPs is from King's Hants, the chair of the Agriculture Committee, which has been studying the carbon tax pain for farmers. So the question is for the chair of the Agriculture Committee, will he vote with us to spike the hike?
Yeah. Spike the hike. I like it. Oh, Trudeau's not going to get up and fight his own battles or what? I don't know, man. I hate how they mute the mic. I freaking hate it. This is the only speaker who's done it. Pierre's obviously pissed. I think my camera, well, he's just right above my head. You can see him. He's pointing and yelling.
Order. Order. So, colleagues, of course, questions can be asked of the government regarding administrative issues of the government, and of course to committee chairs. It's important for Canadians to understand, though, that when questions are asked of committee chairs, it has to be regarding stuff that has committee business. That's before the committee.
Oh my God! Drop an L in the chat for Greg Fergus, man. This guy's so corrupt.
We realize that isn't the issue that is here before. So I see that the Honourable Minister for Housing is rising on his feet.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Speaker, and look, what the honourable member is actually suggesting is false. We have real-world data to demonstrate in provinces where the system actually applies, families receive hundreds of dollars more each year than they pay in fuel charges. The Conservatives pretend to care about affordability, yet they oppose measures to put more money in the pockets of families. They pretend to care about affordability, but they oppose measures that protect seniors' pensions. They pretend to care about affordability, but they vote against measures to remove the interest on Canada's student loans. Mr. Speaker, we will do everything we can to make life more affordable, including putting more money in the pockets of families while we fight climate change at the same time.
Come on, dude.
Leader of the opposition.
Well, that parliamentary censorship proves everything you need to know about this and everything else in this government. Right. I asked a question of the member for King's Hants, the chair of the Agriculture Committee, who's now studying the painful impacts of the carbon tax, and the front bench here shut him down, told him to sit down and shut up because for the PMO who would stand and speak in his stead. Mr. Speaker, the question is for the member for Kings Hants, the chair of the Agriculture Committee. His committee studying how the carbon tax hurts farmers. Will he vote to spike the hike?
Oh my God, I'm sorry folks, I had a lot of coffee. This is very intense. They're going to tell him again to sit down and shut up.
Speaker, if the honourable member informs about the member for Kings Hants, I can reassure him he is a champion for his community. He launched a petition recently to stand up to the Conservative government in Nova Scotia for changes to the agricultural sector in his community. Every time the Conservatives ask a question about the environment, it's to find out ways that they can do less. The member for Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke has suggested flooding in the Ottawa River was a result of regulations that were not in place. The member from Caribou-Prince George has suggested climate change is not a result of industrial pollution, but of more body heat from a growing population. The member from Red Deer Lacombe visited school kids to say carbon dioxide was plant food. Mr. Speaker, this...
Oh my gosh! Good job. We're so proud of you. All the seals are clapping.
The Honourable Leader of the
Trudeau left. Trudeau's gone. Trudeau left.
Right. It is a joke. An April Fool's joke. And the joke is on Canadian taxpayers, especially Nova Scotians, who will have to pay $1,500 in higher carbon taxes after that hike goes ahead. He says that the member for Kings Hants is a champion who can't even speak by his own MPs. Will the member...
Folks, Trudeau's gone. Trudeau left. Just like the title of the live stream says! Trudeau leaves! He left! This is corrupt! They mute the mic. They leave when they want. The people that are asked questions don't even answer them.
On the clock.
Will the censored champion break his silence and tell us, will he vote for his constituents to spike the hike, or will he rip them off on April Fool's Day?
There you go. What a sick, sadistic joke, huh? April Fool's Day. You owe more money.
Information to trick Canadians into voting for them. The reality proven, not by projections, but by real-world data, is that people who live in my province receive more money every year from the rebates that they receive than the fuel charge that they pay. Everything the Conservatives do...
Order.
Order.
The Honourable Minister has 15 seconds left on the clock.
Mr. Speaker, at every instance the Conservatives have an opportunity to speak in House, they do one of two things. Advocate to do less on the environment or to take money from families in my community. I will support neither. We will do whatever we can to put more money in the pockets of families and do the right thing for future generations.
Oh my gosh. Folks, smash the like button if you haven't yet. Let's try and get more viewers in. We got 4,400. See if we can bump it up to 5,000 live viewers.
Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the question was for the silent member from Kings Hants. He is asked to explain how he's voting for a carbon tax of $1,500 per family that only pays back $963 in rebates. I asked him specifically to stand and answer, but he's been shut down and shut up by his masters in the PMO. So once again,
my God,
the Agriculture Committee and member for Kings Hants stands in today and tell us whether he will vote to spike the hike or raise the tax.
Let him cook. Oh. The man who holds Trudeau's pocket when he walks just stood up.
All members to please listen to their House Leader and the House Leader teams. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the Leader of the Opposition knows full well the rules of this place and knows full well that members on this side are proud and pleased to defend the initiatives and the affordability measures.
I'm going to ask the Honourable Member from Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, to wait his turn to ask a question before taking the floor. The Honourable Government House Leader has 23 seconds left on the clock.
The Leader knows the rules of this place and knows that on this side of the House, we're pleased and proud to speak to the affordability measures and the things that we're putting in place to make life more affordable for Canadians. But while we're on this theme, I have a question for the member of the Defence Committee.
You don't ask questions, you answer them.
Why did he sell out the people of Ukraine in voting against the free trade arrangement?
Slava Ukraine, Wicked Witch of the North there stood up.